Today we're going to do an oil and filter change on a 2003 Ford F150. The tools you're going to need is a half-inch socket for the oil plug, and then I always use Fram oil filters. It's a pH2. Probably going to need some kind of a filter wrench if we can't do it with our hand, and of course a funnel is always nice for when you're putting oil in. So first I'll show you where all this stuff is, and let's get started. Okay, so very first thing I like to do is take off the oil filler cap to act as an air inlet on one side that helps it drain out the other side. Next we're gonna take the plug out, and I'll show you where that's at. We're just gonna go under like this. Follow me. Dun, 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 dun. It's good to have your own theme music. Dun, 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 dun. Can you tell where I am? See that? That's your oil pan. That's your oil plug. Oh, and have your drain pan ready, because as soon as that pops out, it's going to start spewing oil everywhere.
If you're going to spew into this.
This is actually a lot easier to do when you're not trying to film it. Just loosen it. It's starting to drip already. Position your container. I'm going to want to overshoot my bucket. Just going to let it drop. I have a screen on my drain pan. I'll just drop that bowl. Oh, I forgot to put, usually I like to put down cardboard under me so that when I make a mess, it doesn't go straight down on the driveway. We're just going to let that drain for a good while while we do other stuff. Then I like to just wipe the drain plug down real good, get all the grit off of it. A lot of people will recommend that you replace this washer every time you do an oil change. I've actually never replaced one of these, and I've never had a problem with my oil leaking. Alright, so next, while we're letting the oil just completely drain out, we're going to take off the old oil filter. So I'll show you where that's at. A good way to find the filter is there's the front differential, and then it's right up. You see that little orange peeking out? That's the filter. Always remember, when you're taking a filter off, there's residual oil in that thing, so you want to be ready for it to spill out. So like right where I am is horrible because I'm going to dump it all on myself. See my hand? Alright, they didn't tighten this very much, so it's easy to get off. So I'm not going to need an oil filter wrench, which is nice. Be ready. Gosh, I need to oh, here it comes. Oh gosh, freaking monkey. That's what happens. I told you it was going to come right down on me, and sure enough it did. This is the first time I've done it on this truck. In the future I will know. Son of a biscuit. Oh gosh, this is way easier. Retell you how to get in there. Filter, oil filter. Go through the the front tire. Under here. Right, this way. See that? The filter's right there. Come in this way and you won't pour oil on yourself like I just did. So there's our old filter to take for your new filter. Just dip your finger in there. There's lots of old oil in there. And then take your new filter and just kind of put it on around that seal there. That's going to help the new one seat better. Kind of seal it. So now where you can go ahead and put the new filter on. And so this is kind of just blind feeling. There's a post. See the threads right there? There's a post that big sticking out of the side of the engine. Fits in there like this. So we're going to go up in there and just screw it on that post. Once you feel it seat, see these little arrows? You're going to turn it. It has directions on the side here. So once it seats, you're going to turn it 3/4 to 1 turn. You just got to feel it. And this is when a filter wrench comes in handy, because sometimes it's really hard to do that by hand. Sometimes the camera has to go right where my hand has to go, and so I can't film it. I don't know how to film this. I don't normally need all this light in there. Oh God, I got light in my eye.
You're an idiot.
Alright, so I got it seated on the post. You can sort of see the orange there. And there's little arrows on there, and they alternate clear or like open arrows and like black arrows. And so that helps you. Each one of those is 1/4 of the thing. And so you can watch 1, 2, 3 of them pass. You'll know you got it tightened. And then if you reach in this way, see that? If you reach in through there, I can get my right hand on it, and I can get a lot more torque on it. And so I think it's tight enough now. Sorry you can't see that, it's really dark. Alright, and usually by the time I get the filter on, I think the old oil is dripped out enough. It's just barely dripping now, so I think that's good enough. Alright, we're going to go ahead and put our plug back in. It seems easiest to come in behind the passenger side tire and just get this good and snug. You don't have to crush. It is a crush washer, but you don't have to torque it too hard. There, that's pretty snug right there. Alright, be sure to be a responsible citizen and take this to your local AutoZone or O'Reilly's and they'll dump it for you. Alright, the Ford F-150 takes, the book will tell you it takes 6 quarts of 5W20. The vehicle almost never takes the complete amount. There's just no way you can get all the old stuff out, and so it's probably somewhere a little over 5 quarts. Everyone's going to recommend you get the highest quality oil. I always get the Super Tech stuff. As long as you're changing your oil often, I don't think it really matters. So we're just going to pour this in. Got my funnel set up. Alright, and I just let it drain there for a while, get every last drop out of there. We're gonna check with the dipstick. The oil dipstick is over here on the, if you're looking into the engine, it's on the right side, right there. And we're just gonna keep checking this until it's in between minimum and maximum. Always wipe your first dip and then try again. Looks like it lands right between minimum and maximum. Okay, so one important thing to remember when measuring your oil is to do it on a level surface. Almost all driveways, you see my mess? Sorry about that. Sorry, HOA. Almost all driveways are sloped, to keep the water going down into the gutter. So I backed my truck over here and we're gonna recheck, because I actually did recheck it and there was not enough oil in there. So. Alright, yeah, so that's better.